This ESPN 97.5 and ESPN 97.5.com podcast is presented by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
And now we turn things over to producer Mike for the hottest segment in Houston sports radio.
I thought my Twitter was the hottest segment.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
This is hotter.
Ooh.
Here's producer Mike and the hot routes.
Hot route! Red 7, red 7, red 7! John!
What?
Red 7!
I don't know what red 7 means.
Hot route!
I don't. What is hot route?
Will you just go stand on the other side, please?
Sounds like a doo-wop group, like from back in the 50s. Producer Mike and the hot routes. All Natalie dressed, sharkskin suits, coiffed hair, crooning. Good morning, producer Mike. How are you?
Doo-wop.
I'm back to normal this week, man. I'm back to normal this week.
Yeah, at least,
Little
you had some energy when
Little
you
finger
announced
snap.
hot routes. Usually it's like, hey, here's I don't know. This is some
Well, last week I did mail in the
segment
intro.
thing.
So let's get
Hot
let's get
routes.
that train off the rails. What you got for us, Mike?
I have some questions. Yes! I didn't say hot route questions. I said questions.
If y'all don't know why we're making, you really need to listen more because it's become so. These like you could almost record this one time because we all say the same
Let's
thing.
just record the intro from now on.
We're trying to spice it up, and we're really proud of Michael Carrell getting out of his comfort zone, spicing it up a little bit.
Well,
Leaving hot routes out. Yeah.
I did already have to scrap one question and have to redo one.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
all right.
there was one kind of burnt.
You're versatile.
Damn it.
You're versatile.
But
Who's to blame for that?
Mike Lebischak.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to ask. I would put that on the air.
You know what? That's fine. Let's do this, Michael. What you got?
Question one.
I've got some hot routes questions for you.
I hate you.
I love you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all don't fight. Not in front of the kid.
The kid. What you
George
got,
Michael, don't look.
Aaron's down the hall. Forget it.
Question one.
George Michael.
Which undefeated team, when the season is all said and done, will be the last remaining team to lose, or team that is unbeaten?
Last team to lose. You were right the first time,
Wow.
sweetie. Good job.
Oh, well,
Let's see.
Oh, y'all so cute.
We got Buffalo 2-0, Cincy 2-0, Houston 2-0, Denver 2-0, Philadelphia and Carolina and Arizona also 2-0. I think the Cardinals lose to the Niners this week, so that knocks them out. Pittsburgh probably beats Carolina, I think. I'm gonna say Philadelphia because the defense.
That wasn't the list that you
He
gave
didn't
me,
give us a
Michael
list.
Carrell. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I did.
You said which
Bills,
of the
Bengals,
undefeated teams
Broncos,
is the last to
Texans.
lose, right?
Yeah, and the Steelers weren't on there.
I didn't say the Steelers were. I said I think that Carolina will lose to the Steelers this week.
Okay.
Carolina is on the list.
Okay.
So he lost to the Steelers would knock them off the list.
All right, I thought you were saying
I think
Steelers.
Philadelphia will be the last one, and I'm going to shut up. Go ahead,
Really?
Bay. Yeah, go ahead, B.
When I first looked at the list,
Unless it's Cincinnati, then
When
that
I-
would change my answer
Damn
completely.
it.
Go ahead.
when I first looked at the list, I was like Broncos, but then I was like, oh, duh, they're playing on the road in Seattle today. So I'm going to go Bengals. Cincinnati will be the last undefeated team.
If I had been smart about it, I would have said Cincy because I think they do. But yeah, anyway,
Well,
I'll stick with Philly.
That's the difference between me and you, Mike.
I like to sit back and listen to what you're going to say
I like
first,
to cherry pick.
Mike.
I like to cherry pick
Yeah.
off of and then kind of half listen to your answer. All right,
It's
what?
really going to be Cincinnati, but I'm going to say Philly.
Oh, okay.
On to the next one.
So question 2 was the one I scrapped. So the new question 2, 2 years from now, is RG3 the starting quarterback for the Washington Redskins?
Ooh.
One word answer. No way.
Yeah, I don't. That's isn't. I don't know.
I hashtag
I'm
it.
not gonna. I'm not gonna ask because you know what? Honestly, I don't have no idea if no way is one or two words.
I don't think it will be.
And I would ask Michael Carroll, but all he knows is math. So
2 plus 2.
That's true.
yeah.
No, 2-word answer. Not a chance. I don't think he will. I'm not sure. He'll get snaps from this year because I personally think Cousins will get hurt because they don't protect the passer for a damn in Washington. I wouldn't be surprised
No.
if Cousins gets knocked out for a play or two. But 2 years from now, there's no way. I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no as well. I think Cousins will. By the time he comes back, everyone will be so enamored with Cousins and the job that he has done in that role. If he doesn't, he may be given the job, and then he'll probably he may come back, be the starter for the rest of the year. They'll be terrible, and then he'll lose it in camp next
How
year.
about a scenario where Cousins plays well and then they deal him for draft picks?
How about
they
how
find
about a
it-
scenario where who are they dealing?
Oh, who
Cousins or
knows?
RG3?
Cousins.
Oh, I
You
think
get trade
I think
value
if
for
Cousins,
him.
I think if Cousins plays well, they could deal RG3.
But I don't think they see him as the quarterback of the future. Oddly enough, I don't think they see him that way. I just don't. I have no reason to
For Cousins?
I have no science as to why. I don't. When I think of Kirk Cousins, I don't think franchise quarterback. I just don't.
No, that's
Marshall
ridiculous.
Faulk said this
I was
morning
gonna say something totally
sees him as a good
ridiculous just to say
reliever.
it. I forget this is like actually on the air.
Well, Marshall Faulk said this morning on NFL that he's a good reliever, doesn't know what he can do as a starter at this point, and that's what you got to wait on. I think ultimately they deal Cousins for draft picks, and maybe they get Christian Hackenberg a couple years down the road. I don't know. They'll be in a position to get that top pick, though, in the next couple of years, no doubt. Good question, Michael. I'm liking this, man.
Thank you.
Look at you.
I'm trying.
Change the route on the fly. Good
Adapting.
job.
You see what I did there?
True hot rod.
What?
Red 7.
Just go stand over there.
Please do. Question 3. Rank in order from least likely to most likely. Play again. Ray Rice, Greg Hardy, Jonathan Dwyer, and, of course, Adrian Peterson.
Okay. I am going to go Ray Rice first.
Least likely or most likely?
Most likely to play.
Okay.
Ray Rice first, and then I'll go Hardy, Dwyer, and Peterson.
Ooh.
Yeah. And here's why. Just why I choose Ray Rice. Because the point that he has, regardless of what he's done, the point that he has is when you gave me your punishment, your initial punishment, I told you what I had done, and it matches up with what you've seen on the video. So the fact that you saw the video shouldn't change the punishment because I didn't lie about what I did. And that's his point. And I think if that holds up, whether he sues them in court or arbitration or whatever it happens, I think you'll see Ray Rice back in the NFL.
I think it's kind of a dead heat because I'm not sure any of them see the field again this year. Even if Ray Rice would be reinstated, I don't think anyone picks him up.
Well, he just said play again, not this year.
Oh, no, but what I'm saying,
Oh.
the most likely to play again, I think everyone but Hardy. I could see the other three all back next year. I got a weird feeling about Greg Hardy, that he gets in trouble again. He might be behind bars, Gray Bar Hotel before all is said and done. I think all three of them are on someone's starting lineup next year.
Okay. Question 4, and glad Kirby, our caller, called about this. Will Jameis Winston's antics push his draft stock out of the top 10 of next year's draft? Assuming he comes out.
Oh, wow.
I don't think so. I mean, the only reason Johnny Football fell out was his size, I think, and the fact that there were other quarterbacks that were bigger than him with just as much or better skills overall that translate to the NFL, drafted ahead of him by teams that needed quarterbacks. I don't think so. I think teams are willing to put up with it to see if, because he's one of those guys. I mean, he's a rare, size, speed. He on the football field, he makes good decisions. I don't know. I don't think so.
I think he does fall out of the top 10. One reason, because I think you might see two quarterbacks taken early next year. I think Petty and Mariota go quick.
You think Bryce Petty goes before Jameis?
I'm not saying in that order. I'm just saying.
You said those two.
I think it's extremely possible.
Wow. I don't see that.
Not a problem child. All he does is rack up stats.
At Baylor.
I get it. Well, RG3's in the pros. Look at him.
Yeah, but and don't take offense to me saying Baylor. That's a system quarterback in my opinion. Bryce Petty is a system quarterback.
Every team has a system.
Just like Johnny Manziel was a system quarterback. I mean, you're able to just chuck it up in the air 60 yards and Mike Evans snags it. You're a system quarterback.
My other point, though, is that
every Kevin Sumlin quarterback.
Well,
is a
fine.
system
If not him, I think Hundley could go first if he gets healthy and plays decently the rest of the year.
See, that to me, his injuries could be what keeps him out.
It could be, but we don't know how far. We don't know how long he'll be out. But definitely Mariota in front of him. I mean, good Lord.
I think Mariota's the best quarterback that'll come out.
I just don't know that you'll see the run on quarterbacks early because everyone's kind of taken one in the last 2 years. I think was Buffalo going to take one? Jets going to take one? Jags have their guy.
If you're Buffalo and
those guys have played well.
Buffalo's going to be in the top 10. They may not be in the top 10 as well.
That's the other part of it is you don't know who.
But if you're Buffalo, and assume that you have Jameis Winston on the board and EJ Manuel is your quarterback, you don't pull the trigger on that.
If they're playing the way that they are now, I'm sticking with Manuel. I'm not blowing a pick on him.
Okay,
no way.
All right.
Not a chance.
All right.
Do you think teams will have second thoughts with maybe the new conduct policy that they?
I think that plays into it. But the other thing is, you've got 9 months till the draft, whatever it is. I mean, he could theoretically mature and clean things up, but the fact that he showed up in pads to warm up last night, even though he was out of the game, and Jimbo had to run him off the field, and he was kind of jumping around like an idiot on the sidelines last night anyway. I don't think he gets it at all, and I don't think we've seen the last of him.
Okay.
In that manner.
Question 5. Question 5 is for Barry.
Ooh.
Where does Jose Altuve rank as an Astro all time? I'll get the appropriate music out for this one.
Okay.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
you don't play, I was gonna say if you don't play "Breathing Orange Fire,"
There you go.
just let that run for a minute.
Go for it.
Burning with
I do
desire.
have an opinion on this. if
Oh,
it's
go
all
ahead,
right.
but just let him
You
say
go
it.
first.
Just let him say it. Okay. I just had to get him. I just had
Let
to
it
get the Breathing
wash
Orange
over
Fire
you.
out. I
Let
even
it
wore my
wash over you.
Astros shirt today. Wow, it must be cold in here. I even wore my Astros shirt today. Just for actually, this was for John Westling because the Astros officially won 65 games. If they win one more game, I lose the bet this year. So I still have a chance. That's what I'm saying. There's still a chance, legitimately, because they were sitting on 64 for like a week or so. It was not good. Anyways, to answer your question, where does Jose Altuve rank amongst the Astros all time? I don't know if he's a top 10 Astro yet, just because he hasn't been with the organization long enough. I mean, you're talking about guys like Caminetti, Nolan Ryan, J.R. Richard, Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell, Cesar Cedeno. Jose Cruz was a fan favorite. He wasn't the best Astro, but
He was here a long time.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
Would you put Bergman into
Absolutely, Bergman, Roy Oswalt. You got Andy Pettit and Roger Clemens, and I just though they
Wagner.
weren't here long. No, you don't put
No,
relievers.
I'm just curious.
Though they weren't
Really?
here long. No,
You don't put a reliever in there?
Absolutely
You're ranking
not.
the greatest Yankees of all time. You don't have Mo Rivera in there?
that reliever. But like,
Okay,
even
but
if-
it's not
even
like
if
you were making
Trevor
a blanket-
Hoffman
it's not like
played
you were
here-
making a blanket
Even
statement.
if Trevor Hoffman played here, or if
Trevor Hoffman's in the top 4 Padres of all time.
well, Padres, but I'm saying Astros. Yeah, no, I don't put Billy Wagner in there.
Okay, just curious.
But I mean, like, there's Astros that haven't played here as long as some of the others, like Roger Clemens and Andy Pettit, but they brought a World Series appearance, and so that immediately elevates them, in my opinion. So I don't at this point.
Chris Burke literally brought you a World Series appearance.
So
Do
did
you-
Jeff Kent, but
do
I'm
you
not
have
putting him
there?
in the top 10. But I am putting Pettit and Clemens. But no, I think he's on the outside looking in. But I think in a couple of years, yeah, he could easily crack the top 10.
If I can count 10 guys who should be ahead of him, then he's not.
I
in
don't
that
think
class yet.
I don't know that Altuve would ever be able to contend as he's got to be here as long as Biggio was in order to be a top
J.R.
5.
Richard in that.
Yes,
Okay.
J.R. Richard,
Mike
Nolan
Scott?
Ryan, Mike Scott would be up there.
See, I didn't have Caminetti because the
Oh, yeah.
steroids thing kind of colors that for me.
But that was all. I mean, he did.
Did he get the MVP here in San Diego?
No, San Diego.
Okay.
But he was still. I mean, he was. You got to remember, all these guys came up through their farm system for the most part.
Oh, no, I get that.
So I mean, these were homegrown talent for the Astros.
About Nepper.
no, or Billy Dorn.
I'm saying this is a guy who didn't grow up here, but those are the Astros that you know in other markets.
Bob
for whatever
Knepper?
reason, Bob Nepper was always on
Really?
TV when
No, Bob Knepper-
except for the Ryan no hitter against the Dodgers in '81 or '82. It seemed like Bob Nepper was always pitching. Negro. How about Joe
yeah,
Negro?
Negro.
He was here 5
no.
million years, man, wasn't he?
No, that's just how old he was when
Don
he played
Wilson
here.
was before your time. What about the toy cannon, Jim Wynn? I mean,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Wynn for sure. He's on there.
Just curious.
He is definitely on there.
Well played, Michael Carroll.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On them hot routes.